Okay, so this is week 7 now. Week 6 was a pretty standard. Just go through the hive. It was quite simple. I wanted to get some frames in, extra frames for them to draw out. Wasn't able to do that. This week I was hoping to do a sugar shake test. Uh, where you get some bees, you put some powdered sugar on them, and that sort of helps them uh, groom themselves, and that will make them groom the mites off. And then you sort of put that powdered sugar in some water, and you have a look at that. And depending on the amount of mites that are in there, you can see how many mites the hive has. So I was hoping to do that. I was hoping to do it today, but unfortunately, we've had a bit of a tragedy at the moment. So it's been really wet, really windy, really stormy, and even despite I buckled down my hive, the roof has blown off and it's gone in a neighbour's garden. So the hive I checked it about midnight when I came to bed, and I got up about 6 a.m. this morning and looked out the window, and the roof was gone. So they've had potentially about 6 hours of a rainy, windy night with no roof. So I'm a bit worried about them at the moment. So I'm not going to be doing any sugar tests or anything like that. If the weather does pick up, I manage to get out there and do an inspection. It's just going to be checking they're alive, basically, and everybody's okay, and that's about it. I've put a temporary roof on for the moment while I'm waiting to get the roof back from my neighbour, but yeah, it's not looking too brilliant out there at the moment. It's pretty grim. Fingers crossed we can get in there and have a look later, though. I have seen bees coming in and coming out in the brief gaps between the rain, though. So there are bees in there. They are doing something. So it's kind of okay, I think. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, I'll roll the inspection. Either I'll get out there today or later on in the week. So I'll put that inspection after this anyway. So cool. Okay, so here we are. This is week 7. I'm just taking a feeder and a roof that I chucked up there. I just chucked it up to stop the rain getting in the hive in the early hours of the morning. It's been super windy, super rainy. So actually, when I was opening this up, to be honest, I kind of just expected to see a load of dead bees in a wet pile at the bottom. So I'm really happy that there's actually bees about doing their thing. Just taking the queen excluder off, quick look on the other side for the queen, and then I'm just going to go through the brood box now, frame by frame, the usual deal. So you can see the brood's hatched out in that middle spot there, and they've started to put some nectar and honey in it, and not much on the other side. They've been eating that. Like I said, the weather's been really wet and windy and miserable, so I think they've been eating a lot of stores that they've built up over the last week. Second frame, just honey and nectar on both sides. All good, nothing to worry about. Super happy that there's actually bees in here. Like I said, I was really worried because it was raining a lot. So yeah, bit of brood hatching out on that one and on that side. I was expecting the queen to start slowing down now, but as you can see, there's loads of brood on that frame as well. So she's doing a job, laying lots of eggs and keeping the hive colony up quite high at the moment. So be interesting. I'm just smoking my face because there's tons of bees around that, just buzzing around trying to get me in the face. They're not the happiest. They've had a pretty rough night of it, to be fair to them. So, but I just want to make sure everything's all good. So. What we got? This frame is pretty much all hatched out brood now, and on both sides. And on this frame, again, just a little bit of smoke, send the bees back down. It's still a bit windy and a bit cold, so they're not the happiest at the moment, like I said. So, but yeah, bees hatching out on that side, and brood on the other. Okay, a load of bees on that frame, trying to see, just giving it a bit of a blow, see if I can see anything of what's going on. Gets a lot of hatched out brood. I think there was a lot of eggs, just getting that bee out my way. And on this side and that side, again, hatched out brood. This was all capped brood, I think, last week, maybe the week before. So it's just hatching out now. Giving these a bit of a smoke, trying to get them out of my way. And you can see loads of bees all around my face again. And I think I show the camera what's going on in this one. So yeah, there we go. There's some bees at the top just having a little bit of honey. There's some brood that's just being capped over now. You can see the larvae in there just being capped over. And then down here where there's some brood that's hatched out, there's some eggs in there, lots of little eggs. So the queen's still doing her job. That's all good. Happy with that. Brilliant. So yeah, when the brood hatches out, I think they actually release a pheromone that signals to the queen that there's a bit of empty space there, so she will go over and lay in those empty cells. So that's handy to know. So if you are looking for eggs, where brood's hatched out is the best place to start looking. And again, I think similar thing on those two sides of that frame. Cool. So just putting this away, and I'll go up into the super and go grab the super as well now. So smoking some bees, queen excluder on, forgot about that, and first super. So this first super has a bit of honey in it as well, a bit of nectar. It's actually really full. It doesn't look like it is because it's not capped off yet. This one's pretty empty, not really much going on there. But you can actually see this next frame, and I think a couple of the others, glisten in the sun from the amount of pollen or nectar, sorry, that's in there. So they're doing really well with that. Yeah, same, just drawing it out on that one. This one again, glistening in the sun, full of nectar. So should be capping that off soon, I think. I hope. The weather's been pretty miserable, so it's not been easy for them to get the moisture content down, and it's the same with that one. Plenty of honey. And they've started storing it in this one now. They've drawn it out and started storing it. This one again is pretty much full, all shiny in the sun, looking pretty good. And they've drawn it out on this one, stored it, and just starting capping off in a few little places. And the same with this one here, like just storing a little patch in the middle on both sides. So that's the second super. That's what's going on there. Just put this frame back in the right order, and up to the final super now. I managed to get my roof as well back from my neighbour. It blew into their garden, so I've got that to put back in on when I'm finished. So full frame of honey pretty much, just capping it off. That one's pretty empty. That one's pretty full. Again, drawing that one out a little bit. That one's pretty full, pretty good, picture perfect frame of honey, really. A bit of smoke, stop some of these bees. Drawing it out again. Nice frame of honey. Drawing it out, drawing that one out really well, actually. That's a lot more than it was last week. Really nice frame of honey there. In fact, I just bring it around to show the camera again. Look at that beautiful white capping. And yeah, and just full, absolutely full, pretty much. Look at it, gorgeous. And then a few bees having a little drink on the other side, and pretty much all full and capped on the other side. So just gonna chuck that back in the hive now, and show you the last two frames before I pack the hive up and let them do what they're gonna do. So just drawing out on that one, and again pretty much fully capped on that side now. So all good. Time for me to just put the last frame in, and I'll chuck the roof on. I put a little bubble wrap on top just because the plastic screen that's usually there, that got lost in a storm. So that's what it's looking like now. Okay, take it easy everyone. Enjoy the rest of the videos. Ta-ra.